G'day guys, welcome back to All Will Fall. Hope you guys are doing well. In the previous episode, we managed to, I would say, resolve our food and water issues. The numbers are looking pretty bad at the moment. We're obviously in a bit of a decline, but that's probably because it is at night and people are not really working on producing water or food right now. So we can sort of divert our attention a little bit to other things. So let's try and just get a few people sort of working in different spots, and we can then, you know, think about what we need to do next. The water levels should hopefully be rising very soon, so I do want to get some people working on these water wheels when they do wake up in the morning. But I would say towards the end, the crane was a bit of a highlight. So we managed to grab quite a bit of wood using this crane, and I want to try and, you know, shift around the wood crane a little bit when we do have the opportunity. Obviously, we're going to see some of our floating workplaces here disappear very soon, but hopefully some new ones will appear which are going to be pretty accessible to us. Yeah, I don't know if there are any rules around. Yeah, okay, I was just about to say, I wonder if we have a crane above it, whether or not it would just remain there, but it definitely looks like it still disappears. So we do want to make sure our boats are working on fishing. I guess we don't have any fishing spots just yet, so maybe we can just get them working on more wood for the time being. But I'm sure these wood piles are going to disappear eventually as well. So just checking that we do have people working on electricity. And we certainly do have people on it. Water is looking okay. Maybe I would like a little bit more. So I don't know how we're going to do that. Perhaps maybe it depends on how the food looks, because we are almost at max storage there. I could build more storage for food, but if I bump up everyone's food consumption, then maybe we won't really need that. So I'm just gonna let it play out for a little bit, because I want to see how much food we start to gain during the day. Okay, our boats are idling again. Let's get them working on other stuff here. I guess nothing's really appeared just yet, so I can't really do anything. Let's take a look at research. I'm getting very, very confused as to what we should research next. Water warehouse, so similar to the goods warehouse, I think. We would basically just be delivering water from one place to the other. We could maybe think about getting electric greenhouses. This would enable us to make a few greenhouses without the need for being at the very top of the structure, so we could sort of put them inside the building. Maybe, although is that really the best thing to research right now? Perhaps we can go in with the last type of crane. You never know when that might come into play. And yeah, I'm really uncomfortable seeing our boats doing nothing there. Alright, so we're going to want to try and give people access to different work sites. So I'm going to try and see what we can do around these parts to maybe open it up a little bit. And also maybe we should add some supporting blocks here just to let people traverse a little more and a little safer, or safely. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the playthrough so far, guys. I think this might be our last episode and our last look at All Will Fall. I have really enjoyed playing the game, I'm not gonna lie. I'm having some real trouble putting this down, to be honest. But I think without any additional sort of scenarios that would happen to us, I think maybe we've sort of seen the majority of what the game has to offer. There's a few more technologies that we haven't really looked at, but I think we can sort of understand what the technologies are going to do for us. So I don't think we really need to, or we're desperate to sort of look at all of the technologies, to be honest. I would like to grab some wood using the crane. I'm just trying to see if there's any other floating pile of wood that we might be able to reach using the crane. This one, maybe not. This one might be a bit of a stretch as well. But I think we might be able to get the crane working on this. It really depends on how well we can support this area here. So maybe this is a good time for us to start breaking out some of the metal supporting pieces. So we could do something like that and like that. So that'll give us like heaps of structural support. That's in the wrong place there. Let me just get rid of that. So now that we've added a little bit more, perhaps maybe I can even add a little bit more down below, like these supporting pieces, maybe. Or maybe I don't have to go too crazy. Maybe I can move it now and just see what happens. There we go. Perfect. And people should still be able to go into this workplace. I just need to add a few pathways, I think. And we should be sweet. Very nice. Alright, so we should be producing even more wood as a result. But the people aren't really working. Oh, there we go. Yep. So we can see our wood production sort of shoot up a little bit. Food. We are still taking a bit of a hit, aren't we? I've just realized we have only a little bit more time to deal with the sailing trader here. I might exchange junk for more wood. Yeah, I think that's always like a good trade, considering we're using wood constantly, especially with our electricity generation over here. And I believe I did say in the previous episode that we might want to think about getting ourselves some better electricity generation, so we might look at that in this episode. Why do I have so many people without a home? Did I block off a pathway or something? So we need a couple new homes here for whatever reason, unless, and this is something that I haven't really been able to confirm at all, but do people have children? And do they then, you know, like, become adults and then count as additional workers? I really don't know. We've got plenty more junk, and I don't really see our junk consumption being too high, so maybe we can get one of these bigger homes. It'd be nice if we could, like, fit it like that and have the door on the other side. That would be so good if we could do that. Actually, we have the ability to do something like this. And have the door on the one side. No, but I think this is maybe a good spot. So let's get them building that, and yeah, I mean, we've got a few hands here. So our food supply is leveling out here, which is nice. but our water supply is starting to dwindle a little. So, I mean, we kind of have the workforce for it, but I was sort of thinking maybe we could do even like another desalinator, and like we can drop in a couple more people in here to make sure that we get more food. The desalinator, though, we are going to need a bit more steel, so let's try and work on that, shall we? So I think it should be simple enough to get to, like that. Oh, and I did steal a staircase here, or the wood from the staircase, so now we should be able to access this. Let's get people in. Wow, okay, we've got we've got crazy good food production there. Let's bump people's food up once more, and that should bring things down a little for us. Well, the food supply, that is. And I'm hoping with 4 of these set up, we should have things evening out a little bit. And I can probably think about adding some more of these platforms here. Ready for at least one more, or maybe a couple more greenhouses when we need them. Alright, so I think this is a net decrease because of the nighttime, hopefully. And yeah, as I said, let's... Oh, actually, I have already done the research for the sun energy boilers. So, I guess we just need to get them. 30 junk. Let's do metal gathering for our boats. That way we can sort of get them prioritizing on, you know, materials that are a little bit more difficult to get to. Medium metal houses. So these are made from metal and junk. Interesting. Or tier 2 wooden housing. So medium wooden houses. Hang on, didn't I already get one though? Isn't that the... No, that's a junk one. Okay. Large wooden house. Might be interesting. Let's just research what we can. I am sort of contemplating moving the 2 engineers from the lab to just do manual labor, but maybe that's not such a good move. We may want to prepare this space for occupation as well, which means that we probably want to just get rid of some of the walls over there. And I do want to try and identify other walls that we can perhaps break down. Yeah, this is a bit tricky here. Apparently, things are not really holding very well. We should be able to do something like that, and maybe perhaps that as well. Okay, so we do have the low tide, so once again, time for a bit of a shift of our workforce. And I think a lot of these guys will just start breaking down walls everywhere, which is good. And maybe we do want to start thinking about our sudden energy mirrors. Yeah, the problem that I have with this is that it consumes so much water. But it'd be good for low tide events like now, where, you know, we might be taking a bit of a hit on our energy, which can actually in turn lower the production of water. Yeah, our food is still looking pretty crazy. 210 out of 200. Storage is full. I guess I have no choice but to make additional food storage. So, yeah. We just need to be fully aware that this is not a bad thing here, where we have half of the food storage empty. 200 food is pretty good. 200 water is bloody good. So, we are looking kind of fantastic, if I may say so. Let's try to reach this batch of metal over here. I think that'll be good. Okay, just getting our workforce realigned, redesignated. We still have a few people in there, that's good. Do we have any resources hidden away down below? Got a bit of wood over here. Just trying to think of how I can redirect the last two workers, but I'm thinking maybe I just put them in here, simply. So with the amount of water that we have and the amount of food that we have, I'm wondering whether or not it's a good idea for us to start thinking about some of the other social buildings that we haven't built. That could be a good idea. Like the bar, for instance, consumes 5 food. Maybe that'll help bring some of our food down a little. I am still wishing that we get more citizens more often, though. Because I feel like this is the stage of the game where, because you're so comfortable with water and food, you may be able to start sort of thinking about where you're going to place like more homes and, you know, have the majority of the citizenry. Let's maybe get rid of that. And there's a whole bunch of stuff down below here which might be interesting for us to try and get to. I'm just not entirely sure what the best way is to try and get down there. Maybe if I add like a pathway like that, maybe. And we just add a few blocks to the side. Like so. We can get people working on these two walls there. Let's try and uncover what's down there. Yeah, everyone's a little bit too busy to be making the food storage here. Let's maybe just force people to work on it. Oh, we don't have any more wood down here, so I'm just trying to see if I can identify a wood pile somewhere. There's this. Might be a little difficult to try and get to. But high tide is about to roll through, which means that that's probably going to disappear anyway. Yeah, speaking of high tide, we should be getting people out of the dangerous areas. Yep, this is already flooding. Everyone out, please. Oh, okay. Everyone seems to leave on their own accord. So, I'm not entirely sure if that's intended and whether or not we can actually lose people from flooding water, right? So, the reason why I say that is because pretty early on in the tutorial, you know, you're sort of being shown that that it's a dangerous work area and that you want to, you know, get your people off of those work sites. But then I feel like we've never seen any penalty for people to, you know, continue working at those work sites. And they just simply, you know, leave the area without being told to, you know? So I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for another source of wood somewhere. I'm sure something will appear sometime soon. The group leaders are fighting again. Again, we'll just use our influence for that. And with all of the stuff that's incoming, perhaps maybe we should try and decorate a little bit. One thing that we haven't been able to do is to reach happiness level 35. Or happiness 35 for all of our guys. So the headquarters, I haven't really gotten either. I don't know if we really need the headquarters and whether or not that would unlock anything. It'd be cool to have like a headquarters up this way. Perhaps maybe we can like build a little higher and have the headquarters on the very top. Maybe. But anyway, getting distracted, let me decorate a little bit. So we've had these balconies available to us for a little bit, so I'm kind of curious to see what that might look like. It does look pretty heavy though, and perhaps maybe not all buildings can take balconies, to be honest. Windows? Side windows. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I like the idea of having greenery. We've had a lot of other types of, you know, decorations, purely because we couldn't afford the water before, but I think we can afford it now. So how are we doing here? Food and water, they're both about halfway consumed. Makes me a little worried. But it is night once more. I think maybe we shouldn't jump to conclusions here. One thing that you could do is you can have the decorations sort of hanging across two different homes. I don't really know if that gives happiness to both homes or just one. But yeah, I'm sort of like asking a lot of these questions, and you know, I did get a comment from the dev team actually on the very first episode, so I'm very happy that they're, you know, watching, and I'm hoping that, you know, some of this stuff might be valuable to them, because, you know, if I'm asking these questions, perhaps maybe some other people might be asking the questions as well around some of the mechanics that might not really be explained. It almost feels like someone... Oh, it is an AC unit. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, can people even run ACs in this world? Alright, better get our fishing boats working, as that's probably a reason why our food is dropping a little. These down here, let's abort those for now. We don't want people accidentally trying to get to those. And this one as well, let's abort. Okay, so I'm just looking for more wood piles that might be floating around. This looks like a prime candidate right here. But I think we need a little bit of support. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's enough, and we just grab this and move it. Ah, yes, okay, we have an issue with people getting to the actual workplace. I don't think it's going to be too difficult to resolve, and I don't think anyone needs to go down to the very bottom of this structure, not right now anyway, so we can probably just fix that up and have these supporting blocks like that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so it is daytime. I'm just watching our food and water supply like a hawk, and just trying to make sure that we are still going to survive. Still have a couple of engineers doing nothing here. I don't know what we should get them on. But as I said, I was sort of contemplating whether or not we do one additional desalinator. Could be good. If we do that, I'd say we need to move these by 1. I think I should be able to set another desalinator up right here. There shouldn't really be an issue, I don't think. We'll make the area just a little tighter though, for people to move into or move around. Yeah, 35 steel. We're gonna have to wait a little bit. Alright, so our research is done. Let's just take a quick look at what we should do next. So we've got the bar there. We could build that. I don't really have a workforce for the bar though, so it might be a little bit difficult to actually get it running. Yeah, a lot of these polluters Let's do the electric greenhouse. You never know, we might actually need it. The problem with the electric greenhouses, though, is they still need a workforce. You can't really just leave them. Alright, we need to divert our workforce once more. And it's a good thing that we now have our... are these solar panels? Well, sun energy mirrors. I guess they're maybe the same thing as solar panels. And hopefully we can generate a decent amount of energy in exchange for water. Yes, our water is looking kind of bad right now, but I don't intend to run these constantly. I'm just wanting to run them while, you know, while we can't do the water wheels, so... Oh yeah, we're getting very close to running out of water here. I'm getting a little nervous. 4 people. Alright, let's get a couple of people, sorry, a couple of workplaces set up there. And how's our steel looking? Still at 25. Why is that? I really, really do want some steel, because I want to make another desalinator, obviously. Yeah, okay. Water... Are we in dire straits right now with the water? Could be. Maybe we should bump people's consumption down for water. Ah, I see what's going on. I haven't actually built the pathway properly. That's why. Goodness me. So let's see how bad things are going to be here. So, because people are now working in the desalinator, right? What are we using metal for? Because our metal seems to be depleting there for whatever reason. Yeah, okay. Our water situation is not good. Let's bump things down. People are not going to be happy, but I'm okay with that. We need to stretch things out a little. And because we've got quite a lot of energy now, maybe I can actually get rid of my workforce in the sun mirrors, and we can have them focusing on other things for the time being. I mean, rain is coming in though. Maybe these are not the right workplaces. Okay, so food is actually not looking too bad. It's really our water that's an issue. Let's maybe get rid of one of our greenhouses here. Maybe we don't need one operating. Yeah, let's do... I'm just throwing in some random research now. Metal houses. I'm likely not going to use any metal, to be honest, for housing. Not at the moment, at least. More equal than others. Yeah, okay. So, unfortunately, one of our groups is below 19 happiness, and I can't really resolve this. Oh, actually, they've just gone across to 20, so I will use this. Otherwise, I can just use influence, but that's fine. Alright. Let's get people back into the water wheels. Need that electricity generating. And I really, really want to get some metal. Why is it so difficult to find some metal? Oh. Random bit of junk there just spawned right in the middle of the building. Okay, so we've managed to curb our water consumption a little bit, but I think we're still not in the clear just yet. Let's continue with gathering more fish. And our crane. I would like to try and move our crane somewhere. I mean, this seems like a good place for the crane. There we go. Simple. If I'm not mistaken, we do have the metal cranes, right? So this will cost us 30 junk. I wonder if I can just simply put the metal crane above this and gather metal that way. Haven't seen any metal spawn after the storm. But I really need to keep an eye out for when it does. We've got some water across this way, so I'm thinking maybe now's a good time for us to try and bridge the gap and get to this water. So let's try and do that. Completely missed the mark. There we go. Brilliant. And I suppose people should already be able to just traverse through this area. Let's get that wall broken down. And we'll get people prioritizing on that. I've actually got quite a few idle hands at the moment. We can get a couple of people working on the junk over here, I think. Another sailing trader. Is there a way to trade for food? Actually, sorry, not food, for water, rather. I mean, we could expend 60 influence to get some water, food, and junk. I really don't like this this option though, and I feel like perhaps maybe there could be a repercussion for it as well. Like maybe another event might happen as a result. If we get desperate, maybe I'll look into it. Oh, that's what I want. Yeah. Okay. I think we can get to it though. We can get to it with our workforce, in fact. So if we just do that. Perfect. Alright. Come on, steel. Or metal, rather. Really, really need that. And I think we should be able to still get to this even when we have a reduction in the sea level. I don't think it's going to be an issue to get to. But we'll need to just build out a path though. So water is, yep, building up a little bit more. That's good. Still making me a little nervous. So I've got some metal down here. I wonder if we can just use a crane to grab it. I'm just gonna experiment a little bit, guys, and see how we go. But if I say, oh, I've just realized, guys. I've realized what's happened. But I've got some stuff, like some metal that I've actually used to make some, like, supporting pieces like that, which I really should be trying to retrieve. We've got a ship with passengers. How do we feel about a ship with passengers? I think we'll go with some workers. Let's house them immediately. Might be a little tricky though. I think maybe we could fit a house right there. I wonder if people can get in though. Because it's right on the edge. Maybe we might have to move the staircase. And again, let's try and get people to focus on deconstructing this. Okay, that's a little messy. Or it's really messy, in fact. Because people need to get, like, over this section, and... I mean, I guess what I should have tested first, though, before I started doing any of that, is whether or not a metal crane is actually going to be able to do the work here. It is! Fantastic. Alright. Let's get to it. And we can also try and break down these walls when we get the chance, but for now, I'm gonna try and get people working on this crane. Yeah, I think we're almost done with this crane here. If you're wondering why I'm trying so hard to get metal, is because I really do want another desalinator. I think that'll be a good thing to have. Word spreads. Apparently we can get more people in. I'm just waiting for people to get out of the way here. We'll move that slightly. Right there, and let's get that in. Perfect. But now we need more homes already. We already need more homes. Can I do a house over here? No, apparently not. What if we add these pieces? Can we now do a house? You can do a house like that, but maybe. Oh, actually, I can't really move this because we still need clearance. I could do a house here, maybe. Oh. Ooh, yeah. Okay, there we go. That works. That works. Yeah, let's do a house there. Things are looking really dicey now. Perfect. All right. Oh, hang on. Is that even done? I think it is. I'm gonna need engineers for it though, so... Got some engineers in places they shouldn't be. Yeah, maybe we'll grab a couple from here. Add other types of workers. How? Oh no, okay, I see what's going on. There. Oh, this only needs the one engineer, in fact. That's actually pretty good. Alright, still a lot of idle hands, so... Let's get people collecting, at least for the time being. Oh my god, it is getting more and more complicated, isn't it? Oh, and I've completely forgotten about our workforce over here. I mean, the water is about to rise again, but I suppose I should just stick them in there for the time being. I can't believe... Oh, this is now accessible. Oh, fantastic. Alright, well, I mean, look, that's kind of pointless right now because everyone's going to bed, but... we should be able to get the steel from there, and I'm hoping this crane will fetch us that steel very quickly as well. Maybe we can work on gathering a little bit of food. Let's go, people. Let's put in a good day's work, please. But yeah, next low tide, we should be able to get all of that. So I'm happy about that, and yeah, I'm hoping for the best here. It is uncovered at the moment. I wonder if we're going to have trouble trying to get the metal from there. More people, more policies. Because our city has grown, we can now enact more policies. Open the policies tab to see what's new. Oh yes, that's right. I haven't really seen this in our playthrough. I have seen it in my own playthroughs before, but there is actually a policies mechanic, and you can sort of enact different policies. I think you can enact policies as many times as you want, as long as you have the influence for it. And you can enact many different policies that sort of govern how much happiness you can generate versus how much influence you gain by sort of, you know, enacting some of these policies. I'm not sure if it's only a matter of happiness and influence, or whether or not it affects any other types of resources. Like this one, for instance. Like, you can get people to work more efficiently, but walk, you know, slower, for instance. So, it's a bit of a balancing act, but I would say that I like things sort of being pretty neutral, and I probably won't really play around with that so much, because, yeah, if I start tinkering around with that, I think we might start seeing other issues pop up elsewhere. We've got a couple new people in. Why is that? Did we just agree to take on more people? Can't remember. I think we've got a spot here for another house. But I think what we could do is we could do... Yeah, I haven't seen one of these, like, large homes. We could do a large home like that, and that gives how many residents? 5 residents. Might be interesting. So if we place one down there, we could even sort of then, like, create like a bit of a walkway out this way. And I'm hoping by having this home set up there, we might be able to then, you know, connect a few homes to that as well and have things sort of hold. Hopefully they hold. But it is looking a little dicey. Where's our steel? Alright. Boats, out you go. And yeah, if I have like any additional sort of feedback for the devs on the game at the moment, gameplay loop wise, you know, things are fantastic. I would say maybe the tone is a little off. Like, I feel like we're in a dire situation here. If I compare to Frostpunk, it's so hard not to. But I feel like Frostpunk did a really good job sort of selling the sort of end of the world, everyone's sort of desperate kind of vibe. Whereas this game doesn't give off that vibe at all. And some of the decisions that we make are quite, you know, crazy, quite critical, you know? So I just feel like we're not getting the same sort of sense of urgency, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's because of the soundtrack, or maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe some of the sound effects don't sell it, like the sort of trilling sort of sounds of the of interacting with things. And I would also say, I think this needs a bit of voice work as well. I feel like it would come a bit more alive if we had, you know, the events be voiced and have people sort of talking about stuff. And in Frostpunk, you get, you know, the random chatter between like citizens and stuff as well. So maybe considering stuff like that would be pretty cool as well. Don't know what the budget is like for developing this game though, so, you know, I can only say these things without knowing that sort of stuff. It's sort of nice to haves, but the game as it is already pretty awesome. I'm having trouble not playing it. I really don't know what to research, guys. Nothing seems to interest me. I might just get the bathhouse researched. And we see how we go. on that front. Let's get rid of the crane. We don't need the crane anymore. Or, hang on, maybe I'll keep the crane. Purely because we can always move the crane if we do spot more metal somewhere. Not that I've seen any, but could be hiding away somewhere. We've got a bit more wood over here. Perhaps maybe I can shift my crane there. Perfect. And I think people can still go in and out of this workplace as well, so should do us some good. What's happening here? 44 out of 30. I guess maybe we don't need these people working in there. We'll let the water wheel guys do their thing. And yeah, we've got more workforce to hopefully do other things, such as... oh, I need to wait for the water level reduction. How are we doing with steel? Almost there. We need 35, right? I know what we can do for steel. We can break down some walls. I've completely forgotten about that. Yeah, we'll see how we go doing all of that. And perhaps maybe I can make myself a pathway down this way to set up for people working on this wall as well. A lot of idle hands, actually. A couple of people going in there. And I could send people down this way. We still haven't uncovered what's in here, have we? And soon we should have access to a little bit of extra water. Oh yes, metal. Thank goodness for that. Let's set things up. Oh my god, this is not holding? What? No. Alright, alright. We may need to think about adding some metal down here. Just to stabilize that. Hopefully that holds. No. Okay. Just a bit more, then. Like that. Perfect. Alright. Oh my goodness. Alright. Let's force priority there as well. And apparently one of our boats is not doing anything. Come on, mate. What are you doing? There we go. Okay, food is looking good. Water, still questionable. But I'm hoping once we get some workforce into the desalinator there, we should start seeing things pick up a little bit more. Maybe electricity consumption could be the next problem, thanks to adding that though. So it's never ending, I feel. Alright, let's slow things down a little bit, and I do want to get some decorations going. Just, hopefully we can bump up people's happiness. Yeah, I think those AC units gave us a bit of a problem before because we used up some of our metal for that. Maybe we do want to be a little bit careful when we use metal for stuff other than, you know, very important things. Water system. Interesting. How do spikes look? Looks kind of dangerous. Let's just do... Maybe we do some tires. Actually, I haven't really used tires very much. Oh, okay, we don't seem to have a lot of junk production. What's going on? Maybe we just need to let it build a little bit. Again, I keep forgetting about this, guys. Well, I suppose maybe I don't need to worry for now, because the water level's just about to rise. And maybe we abort these. Yeah. Yeah, that's looking good. Looking good. Very, very happy about that. Look at that, guys. Alright. Well, I think this is probably going to be our playthrough, guys. It's been a good 5 episodes, a decent journey, if I may say so myself. Just trying to balance, you know, our water and food production. Trying to make sure that people are happy. Unfortunately, didn't really get to get any of our factions to 35 happiness, but I guess maybe that's sort of the next step now that we've resolved food and water. Obviously, that's not permanent because every time we get new people in, things get thrown off balance once more, but for now, I think this is where we'll leave it, and when the game comes out in full, I am more than likely going to be purchasing the full version, and we might check it out again on the channel at that point. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop me a like down below. If you're new here, subscribe for more content like this. Otherwise, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.